Hello, I am Ifetayo White, and I'm really grateful to be here today to share with you some self care tips that you can use at work, at home, and even during your breaks at your review committee meetings. And before I begin my demonstrations, I want to make a strong suggestion, and that is that you get a timer and set it for an hour every day that you're at work. You want to get up and move every 45 minutes to an hour. It contributes greatly to your health and well being. So get up, take a walk around your office, take a walk around your building, go outside and take a short, brisk walk, get some fresh air, go to the water cooler, go say hey to a friend. But it's really advantageous for you to get up every hour and move. The first exercise that I'll demonstrate for you today is called shaking. And you might have noticed the athletes at the Olympics, before their event, they began shaking their arms and their legs, and that is to throw off excess stress and energy from their bodies and throw off their nervousness and their tension. So there is a lot of physiology about this movement. So let us begin. And the breathing that goes along with this shaking exercise is this: you're going to breathe in deeply through your nose, and the exhale breath is going to be a sigh. So we'll breathe in deeply through our nose and sigh out the exhale breath. Okay, so that's the breathing part. Now, stand up, begin breathing in through your nose, exhale through your mouth, and just slowly begin shaking your hands, your wrists, your elbows. Now we want to get a little more vigorous with this shaking. So add a little more vigor to your hands, your wrists, your elbows. We're just shaking arms right now and breathing. Discharging excess energy from our arms. Now, we want to add our shoulders and heads to the shaking, joining with your arms, head, shoulders, breathing, shaking. Now we're going to add a little bouncing. So bouncing from your heels up, continue shaking and bouncing. And relax the areas that are chronically tight and tense, like your neck, your shoulder blades. So bring your shaking into your back, your neck, your shoulder blades, your head. And shake as vigorously as you can. Now, bring in your hips, your waist. So by now, your whole body is shaking and throwing off toxic energy, stress, hormones. And begin to slow it down. Continue breathing in through your nose, sighing out, slowing down the shaking. And stand and be aware of how your body's feeling now. One of the great things about This exercise is that it's truly physiologically impossible to do the shaking and to be stressed. It can't happen in the same space. So, thank you very much for your attention and your practice. The next exercise that I'd like to share with you is a great one for releasing stress from our joints. Our joints hold a lot of trauma and stress energy, so it's really good every day to release this trauma and this stress by rotating our joints. So, this is how it goes. It's really simple and really effective. So you can start with your feet, you can start with your wrist. I'll start with my feet, and you want to rotate each foot in both directions 20 times each. So you can rotate 1 foot at a time, or you can rotate 2 feet at a time, whatever is easy enough for you where you are. So get comfortable. And again, as always, I'm encouraging you to be mindful of your breath. So you want to take some nice deep breaths and begin rotating your 1 foot 20 times in one direction and 20 times in the opposite direction. Then you, of course, go to your next foot and again rotate 20 times in one direction and 20 times in the other direction. And one of the clues is you want to wait 10 seconds before you go to your next set of joints. So you sit for 10 seconds and then move up to your knees. Move your knees, which sounds easier than done. Rotating your knees in one direction for 20 seconds, in the opposite direction for 20 seconds. And the next knee, rotating in one direction for 20 seconds and the opposite direction, 20 seconds. Great. You rest 10 seconds. Then you move. You want to move to your wrist. Again, we're moving. Now, some people want to do a shortcut. They rotate both wrists at the same time for 20 seconds in one direction. Then reverse. Reverse that rotation in the opposite direction 20 times. Stop, rest for 10 seconds. Now, we're going to move to our elbows. Rotate your elbows in one direction for 20 rotations. Then reverse the rotations. Don't be surprised if you hear some squeaks. Often when there's energy being released from our joints, you'll hear a popping or a cracking sound. So don't be surprised if that happens. Stop and rest. 10 seconds. Be mindful of your breathing during this resting period. Now we're going to rotate our shoulders in forward direction, 20 rotations. And then reverse, 20 rotations in the opposite direction. And when you've completed the 20 rotations, stop, rest for 10 seconds, and breathe during this time. Notice how your body's feeling while you're resting. And be grateful for the wellness that you have created inside of yourself through this exercise and the movement exercise that I offered before this one. Thank you.